would eventually find out that I wasn't pregnant anymore. But I was too scared to tell them that I had had an abortion. I didn't want them to think of me as a murderer. I was having anxiety attacks trying to decide if I should tell her. I sent them pictures of my stomach. I was pushing my stomach out as far as I could, and pictures of one of my friend's newborn children, so that way my mom would believe I was pregnant. The pictures and the photos are of the same baby. My mother said that she wanted to come visit me, and I panicked. I didn't know what else to do. I finally said, look, I had an abortion. I really don't like talking about it, but I feel awful for what I did. And I'm sorry that I lied for so long to you, but I couldn't have a child molester's baby living in me. I feel like my mom is just putting everything off on me and not taking blame for anything that she's done herself.
What is it that she needs to own?
It feels like if I try to explain something, I can't explain it. It's like I'm wrong, no matter what I say.
Therefore, you faked 2 pregnancies and told a bunch of other lies along with it?
I mean, I hid things from my mom. I've been afraid to talk to her forever.
Okay. Why did you lie about this last pregnancy? Tell me this again.
When I found out that I was pregnant, my mom and I weren't getting along at the time. I mean, we kind of were, but after that we started fighting again. And the ex-boyfriend and I had gotten into a fight. It got physical. I was told that I drank a lot before I found out that I was pregnant. And I was told that I was just going to have a retarded baby. I was going to be worthless. I couldn't take care of it on my own. One of our fights had gotten physical, and that's when I realized I can't go through with it. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. And so you did what?
I had an abortion at about 9.5 weeks, but I couldn't bring myself to tell my family, knowing how they felt about abortions. I couldn't talk about it.
Because you got very detailed in your lies about this, right?
Yes.
Take me through that process. You select a due date, and then you start kind of working backwards from there, right?
Well, I mean, whenever I went to the doctor, I was told my due date, so I knew that. My friend is actually due. She was due a week after I was supposed to be due.
Right.
So I kind of went with everything that she said.
You began to generate all of these details, right? You talked about your hips hurting and saying that you were ready to give birth, right? How did that, take me through that moment when you decide, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call her, and I'm going to fake cry and talk to her about non-existent hip pain?
Well, no, my hips have always hurt. I was in a lot of pain with my hips. The weather was changing, and every time they changed, my hips hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Usually to where they'll like pop out of place.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's just going to have to go along with it because I still can't tell her, hey, I had an abortion. I knew she was going to ask.
You, according to her, guilt-tripped her into making you a blanket. Take me through that thought process. I'm going to pick up the phone and call her again.
I mean, I call her all the time, or she'll call me all the time.
Talk her into making me a blanket.
And she was talking about how she was making my best friend all this stuff, and I was like, I want something.
Okay.
Just make something.
Oh, see, that's helpful. So you felt jealous that she was doing something for someone else, and you wanted her to do something for you.
Yeah.
And having a baby on the way is a great lever that you can use to move somebody with your jealousy. Nikki doesn't just lie about pregnancies. We'll reveal some of the elaborate tales she's told when we come back.
I don't remember sending them anything.
You're telling me I don't remember sending him that message, but you're nodding your head yes while you're telling me. And later, did you abort?